What's up, people? Welcome back to another vid. Thank y'all for joining me. Hey, do yourself a favor, like this video, subscribe so you can get the notifications every time I drop something. But man, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. And just wanted to get on today, share some thoughts, share some things that I've been thinking about, man. And like, life is funny because you go through things and you learn a lot about yourself, and you find things about yourself that you didn't necessarily know were there at the weirdest times. And you find it out from people that are close to you, that love you, who really care about you. And they tell you the truth. And man, just have people around you that tell you the truth. Have people around you that hold you accountable. Have people around you that are smarter than you. Don't be the best in the circle, right? Make sure you keep people in your environment that can speak to you and you're able to receive from them. But one of the things that I've been mostly thinking about a lot, because I struggled with this for a long time, and that is forgiveness. I was somebody who was able to be easily offended, not because I'm an emotional person, but I listen to the things that people say. I'm always looking at people's actions, and I'm also a very loyal person. So if there was offense and I knew that my intentions were most of the time always good, I would, to a certain degree, take those things to heart. And I think one of the bigger lessons I've learned is to also be able to forgive yourself, while also being able to forgive others. Forgiveness to me is your gateway to your freedom. Forgiveness frees you up of all the offense. Most times, if you're willing to forgive yourself, you can move forward. If you don't forgive yourself, you'll dwell on things from your past mistakes, from things that you necessarily may have not been a fan of that you've done. And it can hold you hostage, man. It can keep you trapped. And I think a lot of people struggle with that. One of the most touching topics for me was forgiveness from my dad. Just not having him around as often as I may have wanted. Feeling like I deserved things from him that he didn't provide for me. And the funny part about it was, like, those things didn't really arise until I got older. And what it did was, the distrust I have for my father, or the unforgiveness that I have for my father, really carried over into certain relationships with people that I knew or people that I had relationships with. And also it gave me a certain level of distrust for people, because in my mind, if I can't really trust my father, the person who helped bring me into this world, I don't really feel like, hey, if he can, breach the trust that I have, then it's way easier for somebody that didn't bring me into this world to breach the trust. That trust be something, the unforgiveness piece be easy to do. So it's not until, I started coming into my understanding of, like, what God says about forgiveness. Forgive those and you will be forgiven. Forgive others and you will be forgiven. And not realizing that also included me. Like, being able to honestly forgive myself for things that I've done that I know that I have not been happy about with myself. I've done some things in my past when I had to look in the mirror and be like, man, like, who are you? Like, who is this person? Some of the ugliest, deepest parts of yourself. And, it's a trick of the enemy, right? It's meant to keep you trapped. It's meant to keep you, it's just meant to keep you in bondage. And I know that as I've come into the truth, about the forgiveness that God has for me and for others, it's allowed me to find a place of forgiveness not only for others but for myself. So, I'm happy to say that while it's been a process, and while it's always a work to be done, it's always something to focus on, I feel the changes from being able to forgive. I feel the changes for being able to release people from past mistakes that they made with me as far as relationships. And again, forgiving myself even more. Because, when you look, if you're a person who is very hard on themselves, who holds themselves to a high standard, it can be hard sometimes, when you have to look in the mirror and you can see where something that you did may have changed the trajectory of where you may have been going for a moment. It's not permanent. Now, are some things that a person may do a little bit more severe than others? Absolutely. But in that, it's still temporary. God still forgives. There's still an opportunity to be changed and released from whatever it was that you did in your past. So, man, I hope that anybody watching this video, if you are in that space, just know, you have another opportunity today. There's another chance. But more importantly, you can forgive yourself and move forward. And also forgive the people who have offended you. And also let there be allow there to be an opportunity for you to really self-assess. And sometimes you got to ask yourself, why am I not forgiving that person? Or, what was so offensive to me in that moment? Or is there anything that I could have done differently or said differently, depending on the situation? And then there are times when people will just offend you because that's the space that they're in. But sometimes the best way to help them is forgiveness. So even for me, like I said earlier, going back to my dad, just really allowing myself to understand that he's not perfect. He is not somebody who didn't have traumas in his life or things that happened to him in his life. We all have demons. We all have past. We all have things that shape how we may view or do things, or shape our viewpoints about certain situations. And I found a lot of peace in my forgiveness from my father, which has allowed me to have the ability to forgive people outside of him. So it's allowed for the bettering of relationships. I'm able to communicate the things that I feel or the things that the things that I feel or may be on my mind at that time. And I can communicate them clearly, which then also opens up opportunities for a deeper relationship with people that you love and care about. So, yeah, man, let forgiveness take root in your heart. Don't hold on to stuff. It just makes you hard. And when your heart becomes hard, it's hard to get things through to you. It's hard to receive from people. It's hard to get things into you. And I understand why people do it. Because sometimes you just want to protect yourself. You want to protect yourself from being hurt. You want to protect yourself from being betrayed. And in just experiencing it and understanding it now, it just makes life so much harder. It just makes life so much more unenjoyable because you're not walking in a peace and you're always on defense. And really, you should be playing some offense a lot more, right? Your life should be more fun. It should be more loose. It should be more vibrant. It should be less restricted, less tense. And I'm not a tense person, but I know when there are times when I am tense, and I can feel it in the room because I think people can feel it on me because they know I'm a very laid back person. And my mom would say that to me quite often too. When I was going through things, I'm one of those people, when I'm going through things, it shows up. So, and a part of that is just not having peace most of the time, and you thinking about your past mistakes. So, not to go on forever, I don't want to harp on this subject too long, but yeah, man, do yourself a favor, man. Release yourself today from all the things that you've done in your past and be in the present, man. Forgive yourself for your past and allow yourself to be free in your present. There's so much freedom available to you, and you just got to take grasp of it. Take grasp of it, live in it, live in the purpose with it, and just enjoy your life, man. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that it impacts you today in some type of way. Like, comment, subscribe, and also share this with somebody that you love and care about that you feel may need to hear this today. I'm sure there's some value for somebody. And lastly, if you don't know Christ, I pray that He would reveal Himself to you, that you would know Him, so He can start freeing you from your past, so that you can walk in the gift of forgiveness and the freedom that He has provided, because His grace is sufficient for your life. And I am a continued work in progress, so please do not think what I'm sharing with you is because I done figured it out, because I haven't. I'm sharing this because I'm a work in progress, and this is continued work every single day. So while I'm sharing this, I'm continuing to work as well. So as I said in my last video, I'm speaking to myself today as well as what I'm speaking to you all. So give yourself some grace. Your time is coming. And we all have our time to grow. And some grow faster than others, some grow a little bit slower than others. But it will come. And you will understand. You will be thankful for the times that you've had. And I'm super thankful that I went through those times now, because it's taught me so much. It's equipped me for so much more. It's equipped me to do so much more. And so hey, man, everybody out there, God bless you. Thank you for watching this video today. And until the next video, I'll catch y'all later, man. Peace.